Hi guys, and welcome to Brainsync 5. In today's video we are going to be looking at something different, which is the algebra. I'm going to be talking about algebra, I'm going to be talking about everything that you need to understand about algebra, and also include some laws of algebra, like how you answer algebra. And by the end of this video I will share to you some tips a lot of students forget, or should I say some mistake a lot of students make in an exam that gives them very low marks. So if you are patient enough, I would really appreciate it if you watch this video till the end, till we reach that point in time. And as you can notice, I'm not using slides anymore. I'm going to be using this book because it's much easier to prepare, and I can add it to the book that I'm currently making. So let's begin the video. Let's start by first identifying the meaning of algebra. What do we mean by algebra? So I wrote, like, in arithmetic we deal with three definite values, 5 plus 3 equals to 8. Anyway, what I mean here, it is like so. Normal arithmetic, it goes like 5 plus 3 equals to 8. That is what we were taught. That is how we were taught from grade 1 up to this point. So now when we start to talk about algebra, this is where we include letters, which are known as the variables. Letters we are talking about, they are X, Y, A, B, C, etc. Everything that is not a number but a letter, these are variables. So in algebra, it mainly focuses about including letters to represent unknown values or unknown numbers. That is when we start using letters. This is algebra. So, like I saw to represent numbers that can change or are currently unknown. It's a language used to create rules or formulas that work for any number you plug in. So basically what I'm saying here, it is just that algebra, it is just a branch of mathematics that have to deal with letters in representation of numbers or unknown numbers, unknown values. That is why they are called variables, because we are looking for a value. You understand? So now that you have understood about the meaning of algebra, let's try to go look at some algebraic terms and coefficients. So I'm sure by now you've heard of this word term, but have you ever fully understood what it means, terms and coefficients? So when we start talking about terms, we are simply meaning like terms. A term can be a number, a variable, or a number and variable multiplied together. By that they just mean that like here you see this 5x. This 5 is a coefficient, I'll explain later, and this x. So altogether this makes up a term. This is a term. A number is a term. So now let me explain. Okay, I was moving too fast. Let me just go slowly. So let's start with variable. What do you understand by the term variable? Tiranga mwasangira mu mathematical paper and then someone asks you a question, find the value. What does it mean? So the value is the letter representing the unknown. So it is a letter that is representing an unknown value, unknown number. By that we just mean like x. Like let's find the value of x. X is the variable that we want to find. X is the variable that we want to find the value for. You see, it is representing an unknown number. You understand? So that is just what it means, the variable. It is a letter that is representing an unknown number. That is the variable. What about coefficients or coefficients? Sorry, coefficients. Coefficient, the number multiplied by the variable. Or let's you, like right now, number per show for the meaning of variable. We just mean by that it is a letter that is represent an unknown number. So now, a number that is multiplied together with that variable is known as a coefficient. You get? So this number first is known as a coefficient. Keep that in mind. So like epsilon at quarter 7y. The 7 is the coefficient and the y is what? The variable, because it is a letter that is representing an unknown number. So these terms are important to notice because when you go writing in an exam. What about a constant number? A constant number, a number on its own without variables. So a number it is alone. It does not have any variable. That is known as what? A constant number. Like here in an example, there's 3x plus 10. So the 10 is the constant number. And guys, remember, as I stated earlier, this is a book I'm making. So if you like a sample of this book, you can contact me. My details are in the description. Check the description. You'll find where to find me. I have a WhatsApp channel for this. I have a WhatsApp group for this. So you just have to contact me and then you have these kind of materials. Anyway, so now that we've understood about algebraic terms and coefficients, let's try to look at the like and unlike terms. Yes, tuafikapo parapopointi povesa mkwimi pshati, find the like terms, find the unlike terms. So this is where it comes in. What do we mean by like terms? So to keep expression tidy, we need to know which terms get along. Anyway, these are information that you are going to read alone. So let me just go straight to the point. Like terms, these are terms that have the exact same variables and exponents. If you don't know about exponents, I made a video about that. You should. I will share to it somewhere here. But anyway, exponents just mean utuma powers are so. So when you start talking about like terms, it need to have the exact variable, meaning ama letters fingeava same, and exponents, meaning ama power fingeava same. So if the powers are different, then that is not like terms. An example I gave here, we have 3x and 5x. These are like terms. And we have 2ab to the power 2 and 9ab to the power 2. These are like terms. So this one has ab, this one has ab, this one has a power 2, this one has a power 2, because that's what makes them to be like terms. I hope you are getting me. I hope I'm not losing anyone. Remember, if you have any questions about this, you can ask me in the comment section, and I'm more than willing to respond to your questions. Then unlike terms, these are just the opposite. Now, guys, could you like terms? Unlike, like. So these are just the if the same variables, nama same exponents. Yeah. And something to keep in mind, think of like terms as the same fruits. You can add 2 apples and 3 apples to get 5 apples, but 2 apples and 3 bananas just stays 2 apples and 3 bananas. If you have a question about this, you can. Okay, I know I'm trapping, but please, liking and video is fine. It's taking a lot of time to complete, but you get the concept. Let's try to look at how to simplify expressions. So now that you've understood some terms we use in algebra, how would you simplify an algebraic expression? Fine. So simplifying is the process of grouping like terms together to make expression as short as possible. So we are not solving. Remember, we are not solving anything. We are just simplifying. We are just making it as simple as possible. You group like terms, we'll put them together to make it simpler. You understand? So step 1, identify like terms. This is important. Make sure that you know the like terms, like terms. So step 2, add or subtract coefficients. Like I have this example which says 5x plus 3y minus 2x plus y. The first thing you need to do is group ama x, like 5x and 2x, negative 2x, ka sign. Keep in mind ka negative sign. So the 5x and negative 2x are like terms, right? So we group them together. If you say 5x minus 2x, it is 3x. And then could y, 3y, now y. Oro paso pi baka invisible constant number paso or should I say coefficient. It's just that we do not indicate 1. These are mistakes students make in an exam, so just try to pay attention to those things. So 3y plus 1y, it is a 4y. So together it is 3x plus 4y. If you don't understand what I did here, guys, remember, you can ask something in the comment section. More than willing to respond to your questions. So let's look at the substitution. How do we substitute? To substitute, okay, substitute we just mean to replace a value, you replace that value. So substitution is the process of replacing a variable with a specific number to find the final value of the expression. So like if you are given a variable, do you know how many variables? Yes, number pana mwisho variables. So you replace that variable with a number. Like in equation, they will always give you the value of that variable. So you're going to replace it. Like so if we have x equals to 4 and y equals to 2, right? Find the value of 3x minus 5y. So apart x apa, you put 4. Apart y, you put 2. Wara, masanga sanga if so. Very simple, very straightforward. Nothing to stress about here. Let's try to look at the laws of algebra. This is one of the most important parts in whenever we are dealing with algebra, because these things, a lot of people have challenges in it. So algebra is often just a game of following the right rules and the road. Once you master these laws, moving variables around becomes second nature. Let's break down the core mechanics of chapter 6. So the laws of algebra. What do we mean by laws of algebra? We just need to follow these laws. The first law we are going to talk about it is the distributive law. To distribute. The distributive law is your primary tool for sharing a multiplier across terms inside a bracket. Okay, Monday, I am very lazy when it comes to reading. I'm just going to explain directly. When we talk about the distributive law, ka term akali kunani kanyoku. Ka term akali ukso kunse kuma bracket, kala chita multiply fionse fi ma bracket umso. So this A will multiply B, this A will multiply C, which would then be A times B, it is AB. A times C, it is AC. Just like that, nishmasangana distributive law. An example here, paswe, you have 5x plus 3, so it is 5 times x, 5x. 5 times 3, it is 15. Fine. So watch the signs. The signs, guys, keep in mind of the signs. So negative 2 times x, it is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 4, it is positive 8. These signs are very important to keep in mind. You forget these signs, you have major challenges in algebra. Fine. So guys, this video is getting too long. I'm going to cut it short, but in the next video I'm going to complete everything out. Please guys, subscribe to this YouTube channel for more updates like this. I really appreciate it if you share it to someone that you know, so that they may at least find this information useful. Don't be selfish, guys. This is free information I'm giving you here, so share it with someone. Otherwise, in the next video I'll share what I did not share in this video, because I don't want it to get too long. Bye.